Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 51 of the Odyssey Hour. We are most of your hosts, most of the Odyssey Paranormal Society team. Obviously, sans Haley tonight. Sorry for coming on a bit late. It was just Lauren and I for a second there. We weren't going to come on at all. But then 5 minutes late, right next to each other, Sam and Scott, it's almost like they timed it together.
Yeah, it was a special surprise.
Yes.
Special surprise.
That's exactly what I would have phrased it as well. I definitely would label it as a special surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So this might be a slightly shorter show, and not just because we came on 5 minutes, but Scott's got a pie in the oven. I as well have dinner in the oven, but mine's going to take way longer to cook. So I
What do you have in the oven?
I have a Stouffer's grandma chicken and rice bake.
Ah, now that's
Yummy.
nostalgic.
Yes.
I do like me some Stouffer stuff once in a while.
Yes, surprisingly for frozen dinners, they're quite delicious.
Yeah, they're not bad.
So they are the Ferrari of frozen foods. So
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I did. There we go.
So, there you go. It could be a Bugatti or Rolls Royce of frozen foods. I mean, whatever high-end vehicle you want to use is fine. A Mustang Shelby GT. But
That's a good call.
No, that's a phenomenal car, but it takes a long time to cook, and that's a fast car, of course. So is a Ferrari.
See, I would say Stouffer's is like the Honda Civic of frozen foods. It's like a go-to.
You shut your whore mouth.
It's a go-to, and it's reliable. It never lets you down.
A Honda Civic? No.
Yeah.
No.
Hondas are great cars.
Yeah, they are.
Not that I'm biased, but
you drive a Lexus. That's a Toyota. You're driving a Toyota.
I know. I'm aware.
Why does it matter if it's Honda or Toyota? They're both good car brands.
No, because Stouffer's deserves more respect.
I don't know about that.
It is the limousine. There we go. Of frozen foods.
I think we should just talk about food the entire episode. That's what I think.
I'm all for that.
We're picking. We're trying to pick like specific topics instead of doing the random stuff, for at least a couple weeks to see how that goes. So tonight is supposed to be what we're thankful for, because Thanksgiving is tomorrow. And I just want to say to everybody out there that is watching now and tomorrow or whenever, happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. And, I hope you have gym membership because you're going to need it. I hope you eat a lot. Scott, is your pie done?
Nope, about 5 minutes yet.
Sweet.
Pumpkin pie.
Is it
homemade?
Made from scratch.
Nice.
Ooh, that's the good stuff.
Yes, but isn't it sans like everything that makes it taste good?
Yeah.
It's like, keto. Yeah.
Then it's not. Oh. It's like squash pie.
No, it's pumpkin.
It's not a traditional pumpkin pie. You got to put an asterisk by it, like a disclaimer. Like, this is sans everything that makes this pumpkin pie.
I'm sure it still tastes delicious.
No,
knowing Scott is a good baker. I trust that it tastes really good.
Yes.
Made with pumpkin. It's just a different sweetener other than sugar.
Is it stevia?
Well, it's erythritol.
Oh, okay.
I can't even pronounce that. So I'm going to have to.
A different plant than sugar.
Well, yeah, but people want sugar cane in their pies. Just saying. Anyways, okay. So I was going to bring it in here and show it, and I forgot. So there goes that. But one of the things that I'm very thankful for. So I went to a whole bunch of stores this evening looking for one very specific thing. And every store didn't have it, but I bought other stuff that I saw on the shelves as I was going through each one of these stores. And one of the things that I found is something that I've literally been looking for like 2 years, a long ass time. And I finally found it. And I bought 3 bags. I almost just emptied the shelf because I never find it. And it's Brock's Bridge Mix.
Brock's Bridge Mix?
Bridge Mix.
Like the card game Bridge?
No. It's an assortment of chocolates, like chocolate covered peanuts, chocolate covered almonds, chocolate covered toffees, chocolate covered like vanilla creams and like jellies and stuff. And Brock's makes the best I've ever had by far. And you cannot find it in grocery stores or Walmart or Target. None of them carry it, or at least not that I have found in forever. And I was at Hy-Vee tonight, and I haven't been at Hy-Vee for a while. It's been, maybe almost a year since I was last in Hy-Vee, but they didn't have it back then. But by God, they had it now. And so I loaded up on that shit. So very thankful. And I have a root beer. So
nice. Life is good. Life is good.
Life can be considered good. So anyway, one of the things that I posted to the team today, obviously, was to come up with their favorite whatevers, whether it's favorite experience, whether it's favorite location, whether it's their favorite piece of evidence, or all of the above, and to share it with everybody. So who would like to go first besides me?
I think Lauren should go first.
I think Sam should for volunteering me.
No, there's a reason I volunteered you.
I'll go first. I would say my favorite experience, just because I think it was very meaningful to me, is my very first investigation at Farrar. I remember I was nervous to go back into the boiler room, and Becky went with me, and she did the total mom thing, and I absolutely loved it. And she was like, I'll be there with you. I'll hold your hand if you want. Like, she was so just like compassionate, because I was still really nervous about, like, it was my first time ever investigating, and you're going to sit in a dark boiler room, which I don't like sitting in dark spaces to begin with. And she was just really just very compassionate towards me. So it meant a lot that she helped me through that a little bit. And I did it. I sat in the room. I wasn't super thrilled about it, but I did it. And nothing really happened in the room, so it wasn't like intimidating, and it kind of helped me get over my fear. So I would say on an investigation, not so much experience-wise, but just like me growing as an investigator, that was really helpful. So thank you, Becky. If you're out there watching, I appreciate it.
Yeah, we love Becky.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Becky.
Sam, now it's your turn.
Well, I would say my favorite memory would be, I don't know, I always look back fondly on, my first investigation too with Haley, because that was pretty memorable. We went to Leduc and, had some memorable personal experiences, but, I think you always kind of remember your first investigation like it was yesterday, and I remember that one like it was yesterday. I remember the whole process of it, and remember the feeling I had, and it's a feeling I like to hold on to, because it was largely a positive experience for me, and I think for Haley too. And also, I like thinking about our drive home, where Haley and I had like never stayed up that late before doing something like that, and we were like manic. We were like going crazy on the ride home, because I think our brains were just like, what the fuck did we just do? So that was good. Otherwise, I'm just thankful that I can be a part of this team, and like the experiences we get to do together is like, I think, a really special thing. And obviously that is largely due to Mike's hard work, but that's just something that I'm thankful for. Like, we're going to be going to Las Vegas in a couple weeks to put on the convention. And then other investigations early next year in places we've never been to before. And I love traveling and going to new places, and it's always great traveling with you guys, So, yeah.
I need to find a way to make it so we don't actually have to drive out to Vegas for next April, because that's a long car ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like Kansas City, if it's Iowa, if it's Chicago, I'm often curious how it actually would have turned out if all 5 of us had gone to Tennessee.
Yeah.
For that long car ride. And not company wise, like that's fine. But yeah, being in a car for that long, and especially all 5 of us in one vehicle, yeah, we can do it, but that would suck.
Yeah, that would suck.
Just physically. So we'll discuss it. But yeah, so as of right now, I'm going to be bubble wrapping equipment and shoving it into my golf hard case and shipping, and that's my checked luggage for our trip to Vegas. We do need to. Does anybody have their new shirt? Can
I
you
do.
get it, please?
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
So for we've been talking about this forever, about getting the new shirts, and I think now.
Are you ready?
Yes. So the front is, yeah. Well, that's the back.
This is the back. So you got the front, and then it's not a demon.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
So that is our new team shirt. Not for investigations, but just for presentations, or just to wear out in general. Yeah, and obviously they're all going to be for sale at Vegas. They will all, depending on how much we have left. I mean, now that I actually have another printer that's decently priced, we'll have those at Minnesota next year, September 29th through October 1st, 2022 at Mystic Lake Casino. So if anybody hasn't gotten their tickets for that yet, yes, I know you have tons of time to do so, but don't do that. Get them now. And in fact, get them on Friday or this
weekend
or this coming weekend, because one of the things we're doing for the VIP dinner, and this was Sam's idea, which we have now adapted, is we're going to do Paranormal Celebrity Feud, and we're going to bring at least three celebs on each side, and then we are going to have people from the audience join each team. 2 people joining each team for Paranormal Celebrity Feud. And so anybody who buys a ticket this weekend, starting on Friday at midnight, will be eligible for the drawing. But they do need to have the VIP dinner ticket as well. That is not actually part of the drawing, just the chance to get up on the stage with whoever we get up there. So that's going to be great. I guess let me get, and if people in the audience will ring in on this one, please. It has been suggested that maybe we should also bring back the lip sync battles. And I'm curious. It'd be a twofer. It'd be, like Vegas, we have the 2 bands. At Mystic Lake, it would be Paranormal Feud, and then it would be, some different celebs, that would get up and perform lip sync battles if people are actually interested in that. I mean, it was always my plan never to redo an idea, to always have it be different. But if people like something that we've already done, I got no problem bringing it back. Okay, nobody has any opinions. Excellent. Very helpful.
That's what we like to hear. No opinions.
No opinions.
I think the lip sync battles were fun. They were a fun, chill time, and I think everybody enjoyed them. Got a lot of laughs and stuff. So I
Well,
think
right.
that's a solid choice.
It's a solid choice, but do we want to do it again? I'm not knocking the VIP or the VIP dinner. I'm not knocking the lip sync battles. It's should we do them again, or should we take that as a very, very good time for our first annual event and move on to something else?
Well, Pam
Okay.
says that the lip sync battles were fun. So
Yes, but that's not my question. My question was not whether they were fun. My question was, should we do them again? I can
She has an interesting idea, trading off years.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Maybe one every 5 years, and we'll just rotate. Because I'm assuming in 5 years, almost all the talent will be different. There'll be all kinds of new shows. There'll be all kinds of newly formed celebs, and who wouldn't want to see like Jessica Chobot versus Phil Torres in a lip sync battle? I would do it. I'd watch that. But so I just want to throw that out there since we were talking about Mystic Lake. So mnparacon.com for your tickets on that one. So, but if you want to be a part of that VIP dinner drawing or whatever, wait till Friday and then buy them all up. So, all right, welcome back, Scott. How's your pie?
Almost done.
It's not even done?
I've left it in for a little longer.
Gotcha. Do you do the knife thing where you put the knife down the middle and if it comes out clean, it's done?
No,
of course not. Okay. Okay.
It's not a cake.
You could do that with anything.
No, that's for cake.
I do that with meatloaf.
okay.
Why?
I don't. I'm just.
Yeah, I was just like, what would that achieve?
If it comes out with meat particles on it, it's not done yet.
Well, it's gonna, because it's meat.
I know, which is why I've never done it. I was just trying to see what the reaction would be.
But yeah, just for the record, a pumpkin pie is a custard pie. So you just have to see if it's set. And when it's set, then it's done.
I disagree with that, but that's okay. We all have our different ways.
That's literally what a pumpkin pie is. You can't disagree. That's the fact. That's what a pumpkin pie is.
I could absolutely disagree.
This is what's wrong with the internet.
I can disagree with your name being Sam. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I can disagree with you on anything.
It's fake news, Mike. It's all fake news.
Gotcha. That's fair. So, anyways, Scott, you want to give like your favorite experience in your long career with me?
Well, I told the team about it, but I'll tell everybody else about it because I still appreciate it. I've been working with you about 4 years now. 3 years ago.
And might I just point out, Scott is actually 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just since I met Mike, I tore out my hair and went gray. And 3 years ago, I had surgery on my foot and my ankle, and I got out of the hospital the Monday before Thanksgiving, and I was going to be stuck in the wheelchair for 6 weeks. So Mike came over to my house on Thanksgiving Day and made me Thanksgiving dinner, and
I did?
Really? Yes, you did. And I think you brought a movie with you too that we watched. And I really appreciated that, and I still appreciate it. It's one of my best memories since I joined your group. One of the reasons I consider you a friend.
Well, I'm honored, Scott. Yeah, I do remember. I think I asked you, I'm like, what are you doing? And you're like, nothing. And I'm like, what? No, that's not acceptable. I'm like, I don't accept that. And I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to go too. And so, yeah, I was like, how about I come over and we'll hang out together on Thanksgiving. I don't remember what movie I brought. Was it even a movie or was it a show?
I think it was a show, but I don't remember which one.
Yeah. Either way, it's the thought that counts.
Wasn't the serial killing talking turkey?
No, I think he'd
No.
already seen it. Maybe, I don't know, but
I didn't see the serial killer turkey. I did see the serial killer tomatoes.
yes, maybe I brought over Silent Night, Deadly Night. That'd be something I would do. I don't think I did, but yeah, I don't remember what I brought over. I mean, you have almost everything there, anyways. But at your place, yeah. Let's see here. I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
So I mean, both Lauren and Sam talked about their first investigations. I agree with you, Sam. Even though it was almost 11 years ago, still remember my first investigation ever. I can picture it in my head again as if it were yesterday. And that place was always like I've been there 3 times total. Haven't been there in many years since. Should go back because that's a really, really cool place. But well, you're gonna need a DW40 that oven door. It was a cemetery, and it was a little creepy at first because you had to get over the fact that you were spending a Saturday night with 3 or 4 strangers in a cemetery in pitch blackness.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually did not turn off my flashlight for at least 15 minutes. And then even then, Dave had to tell me to turn it off. So that's kind of ironic, obviously, now because I never use a flashlight. And I always tell you guys to turn off your flashlight. So even though I do that, I think you guys understand that I understand why you're still doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it annoys the shit out of me. Just like turn off the flashlight, do it. You're fine.
I mean, yeah, it annoys me too when we're on investigations, like event investigations, and you always have to be the one to tell, like, okay, we're shutting our lights off now.
Yeah,
it needs to be dark.
The thing is, that does it need to be dark?
We like it to be dark.
I know we like it to be dark, but that my question was, does it actually need to be dark?
It doesn't. It doesn't make a difference at all.
No, I know it doesn't. But again, I think in a lot of people who ask the question, does investigating always have to be done at night? No, it doesn't. Of course not. So why do we always do it at night? I think, and my answer to that one has always been because it gets rid of your sight, and then and your other senses take over, your sense of smell, your sense of hearing, your sense, what you're feeling in the environment, that all gets amplified because everybody knows that seeing something is the most rarest thing you're going to get. And the only other downfall to that is everybody hears everything.
Yeah.
So if the building, shifts or anything, settles or whatever, all of a sudden there's footsteps walking down the hallway, or, a piece of paint falls off a wall. Well, holy shit, what was that? Somebody's throwing shit at us. I guess it's a give and take thing, but I agree. I like it dark. I think it also, Scott, maybe you'll be able to answer this better than anything or any one of us, but do you think that the darkness and the fact that we can't see makes the spirits more comfortable to come out? I mean, do you ever get that sense that when the lights are on, they're apprehensive and stay away, but once the lights go down, they feel more comfortable freely moving about?
I'm not sure if that's true, but it's, they say they seem to show up as much during the day as they do at night at haunted locations. But I know there's a reason for it, but I right this second I cannot think of what it is. But, that the dark is more conducive to getting them to come out. But there's a theory about that, but I don't remember right offhand what it is. I think I'm intoxicated with the smell of pumpkin.
Hey, one person's, tequila is another man's pumpkin pie.
I mean,
So-
pumpkin pie is my tequila. Fucking love pumpkin pie.
It is good. It is
Oh,
good.
God.
You're right, Sam. Do you need a moment?
I'm gonna eat it tomorrow. I only
Very-
have to wait less than 24 hours at this point.
There you go. There you go.
What is everybody's favorite pie to have on Thanksgiving?
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Pumpkin? Not apple.
It's not
Some
my
people
favorite
prefer
pie
apple.
ever, but
Well-
on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, your question was Thanksgiving. Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Now,
Some
best
people
pie.
prefer apple on Thanksgiving. Some people prefer pecan.
Well, not everybody can be right.
Yeah, it's always pumpkin for me.
Yeah, well,
There's
here's my question. Which do you like more? Like with it. Do you like more Cool Whip whipped cream than pie, or do you like more pie than Cool Whip whipped cream? And if you say no Cool Whip or whipped cream, I'm kicking you off this thing.
No, I like my pumpkin pie with just a little bit of cream on top. Just a little bit.
I gotta have the whole top of my pie covered with whipped cream. I need some in every single bite. I love it so much.
I have a lot of whipped cream, but that's homemade too, and I made it with cream cheese.
Nice.
That'd be good.
One of the things that I bought at one of the mini stores that I went to tonight was like pumpkin spice cream cheese bars.
Mm.
Looking forward to those
Yes, that sounds delicious.
eventually. So, yeah.
One of these days between now and Christmas, I'm going to make a pumpkin cheesecake.
Mm.
As you should. I tried to make a Oreo cheesecake for a feast one year. Did not turn out very well because I forgot one entire packet of cream cheese on the counter. So, yeah.
Oh no.
Cheesecake can be tricky.
Well, I mean, it called for 4 8-ounce, packets or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I put them all out on the counter, but I needed one for something else. And so I grabbed one and put it over on the other side of the kitchen and then forgot about it. So I was like, okay, I got all my cream cheese here, and made the whole thing, crust and all, put it in the thing. And as soon as I put the pie and shut the door, there was the cream cheese sitting on the counter right next to the door.
Oh no.
Yeah.
The balance was all off.
Not only that, but my crust was terrible. It was an Oreo crust, and it was one of those where it was really thin in some parts and then half an inch thick in others.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have not
Couple-
attempted to make one since.
A couple weeks ago, I got adventurous and I made a root beer cheesecake.
Wow.
Pretty good, but it wasn't strong enough flavor.
Did you use A&W?
Actually, I used the root beer extract.
Well, was it A&W root beer extract? Yeah, there you go. Only yours is diet. Good call, Scott.
Not a sponsor. Hashtag not a sponsor.
But hashtag could be
Yeah.
if they want to.
Would
We're
be
open.
if
We're-
they
we're-
offered.
We're open. We're open
Yep.
to it. I have no problem changing our opening to the Odyssey Hour, brought to you by A&W root beer. So yeah, well, anyway, I was talking about my first investigation. I mean, yeah, there was. I don't think Dave even has the audio from that. I know I don't, because I was such a rookie. They didn't give me any audio to go over, but it was still probably to this day the best spirit box session I've ever experienced. It was unreal. It was the same voice every time, intelligent answer every time. Even said like my name and Dave's name and Steve's name.
Wow.
And like on command. I don't want to even say on command, but like while right after the question was asked, like I just walked up to them and Dave asked who just joined us, meaning me. Mike comes out of the thing, clear as day. Like it wasn't one of those. I'm like, it was clear. And about 5 minutes after that, Nate and Travis, who were the other two guys that were with us, came up. And he asked those same questions. Dave asked those same questions as well. But it kept on saying, dude. And we didn't understand why. Well, then about 2 or 3 minutes after it said it for like the second or third time, all of a sudden Travis goes, I think I know why he's saying that. He's like, I've been calling Nate dude all night. So instead of him saying like, Nate, come here, he's like, dude, come here. And so, yeah, he was our Aaron. So, but yeah, still to this day, best thing I've ever heard. The second time that I was there, we were actually finishing up. Shut off all the equipment. We're literally about to get into the cars to leave, and all of a sudden, this loud female voice goes, "No!"
Wow.
Like she didn't want us to leave. Not like in distress or whatever, but like didn't want us to go. And we're all like, "What the fuck was that?" And we all heard it from like different directions. And it was that kind of sealed it to where it was like never shut off your recorder until you're in the car and like driving away, because you never know what you're going to get right up until the time that you like get into your vehicle, especially in a place like a cemetery. And Sam, obviously that's something you still haven't done, the cemetery.
Nope. I wasn't there when you guys did the cemeteries.
Well, wasn't much to get. It was so windy.
Yeah.
Well, so it was so windy that, the entire audio was crap. I mean, I think I did show you the wave pattern. I mean, it was just solid, the whole like pegged and solid. But surprisingly, certain cemeteries I think are very, very haunted and very active, as long as obviously you show respect. But yeah, so who has a favorite piece of evidence?
Well, the ferry.
Yeah. Okay.
We kind of knew it was going to come up, didn't we?
Who has a second favorite piece of evidence or location? Does anybody want to do a favorite location to actually choose?
My favorite piece of evidence besides the fairy is the mustache one where it goes down the stairs and turns off the flashlight. I don't know. I think it's really cool to like catch an anomaly like that interacting with equipment at the same time. Like that was very, very cool. I like that. I like that clip, but otherwise my favorite location so far has been Ashmore Estates.
That's fair. Scott, what about you?
Probably the Duke. It was my first one, even before I joined the team. But, and I had actual experiences there, so I really like the Duke. I've been back there 3 times, so, and I would like to go back again sometime.
We will. I mean, honestly, we can go back anytime we want. The only reason we haven't is because they jacked up the price and lowered the amount of time that covers. But one of these days, we'll have it where we all chip in, $50 or something like that, and we'll pay for like a 5-hour investigation or something like that, and we'll go back and see how they're doing. I mean, you guys know me. That's one of my favorite places too. But I hate the fact that they did that. So, but we'll go back at least one more time and see what we can do there. But
Lauren hasn't been there yet.
That is true.
I have not been to either Ashmore or Leduc. So those are both, I'm sure once I go to both of those, they will easily top everything else that's currently on my favorites list. But yeah, those places, I am really, really looking forward to going to those places. Just because it sounds like everybody on our team has had a great experience at both. Mm-hmm. So I'm just, really looking forward to it.
The Leduc is just very peaceful, very welcoming. Surprisingly, there's just not a lot of personal activity, like personal experiences there. We don't even get a lot of equipment hits, but the evidence is always there. Mm-hmm. And it's just I don't want to say the wonder, but just the energy of being there. Because it's just such an amazing house, and it's such a happy feeling knowing that you have a 10-minute drive home. Where it just increases your enjoyment of the place. Ashmore is a lot more active. Surprisingly so, even for me. I still don't know what to make of the shuffling that was heard in an empty room, right on the other side of windowless or glassless windows. That's where, Rochelle told me she was going to shove her foot up my ass. So that was a great experience. Not getting her foot up my ass. It's just the fact that she had to threaten me with that. I'm honored by that. But and it was justified. I just want to point that out. She was justified in her frustration with me. But REM pod hits, K2 hits, disembodied noises, like shuffling and footsteps and voices. That place
furniture moving.
The sound of furniture moving. Obviously, on the negative side, Brent getting pretty much what he asked for. That first year that he was there, where he got partially possessed and like suddenly became angry off his rocker for no reason. I need to bring my quilt. Somebody needs to remind me to bring my quilt when the time comes, Scott. Because I know you're going to wait like 10 seconds and to be like, Mike, you need to bring the quilt.
I was going to say that.
I know. but yeah, because I promised that lady in the finished room that I would bring the quilt my grandma made me and show it to her. So we'll see if that, like, I think that's a major trigger object right there, in there, in that place.
Yeah.
I think that May is going to be a good month for investigations and everything. So we're gonna have a good time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
As we always do. So I'm gonna put it down to, I'm either gonna say the Leduc or the Irvin. I really love the Irvin. That did give me some of my earlier, like, phenomenal evidence. Obviously,
Yeah, I think we would like like us newer members would like the Irvin better if we just had a better experience there. Not in terms of like just being on the ship is fucking incredible, but
Yeah.
not a lot of personal experiences and pretty much zilch evidence. So
Yeah.
I think we'd like it better if we had more of that.
Well, I mean, well, you weren't there for that, but I mean, we did go over the evidence from uh, the Unity night, and we got some. There was some pretty decent stuff in that, including what, and I've passed it over to Dustin, and he's like, "Yeah, that ain't me." And the only other guy there was Kevin on my team, but I mean, it's the only time ever, and this was obviously just in July when we were there, where I was doing my introduction, and I was like, as I always do, and you guys always know that I do, I start with good evening. And right after I said good evening and I paused, like I always do, there is a male voice that is heard going, good evening.
Oh,
Like,
that's really cool.
Like responding to, or is either like a really quick good, or it's just, no, I was just evening, like surprise, like almost questioning, like, were you talking to me?
Yeah.
But I mean, and there were some other ones too. That one I have to pass by Sarah from the Midwest Paranormal Files to see if it was her. But down in one of the guest rooms, I was talking about something, and there was a female voice that came in. I can't remember what the hell she said, but you could pick it out as to what was being said. I would say class B plus, something like that. Maybe not necessarily an A, but definitely good. I mean, but again, that was just evidence. I mean, nobody had any experiences, from what I understand, personal experiences that night, besides maybe hearing something. I think in my group, like Dustin and somebody else thought they heard something shuffling or something like that in the captain's quarters when we were in the lounge. But otherwise, I know the first time we were there, the best thing that happened was watching that guy get arrested for 3 hours.
Yeah, that was entertaining to say the least.
Oh, God.
I mean, entertainment comes from everywhere. So, but yeah, seriously, that guy was like, got arrested for like 40 minutes. Like, they called the paramedics, and then they came and left. And then I think a fire truck came and left. And it was just this like early 20 something guy walking down the road. And there was like 3 cops standing in a triangle around him for like literally a half hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then they finally arrested him. Or at least put him in the back.
It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, like we moved. Like we went down, we started in the bridge and watched this happen for like 20 minutes. And then we're like, we got to do something else because we're just watching this. And so we went down a floor, and then still like every 5 minutes, like, oh, no, he's still out there. Nope, still out there. Oh, look, now the paramedics have come. I mean, and then finally, like, yeah, they put him in the back of their squad and all drove off. So, but that was our experience for that night. Not paranormal, but still an experience. Yeah. So, evidence, obviously the fairy. I do like the mustache. I like this one. I'm actually going to play it because I have it kind of set up here where I thought maybe we could play a few to end the night. Give me a second here. Just a couple EVPs to make everybody's Thanksgiving a little bit better. Now, most of these you guys have probably already heard if you've been a long time. I don't want to say watcher, but like long time person that watches either these shows or anything that any of our presentations that we've done over the last couple years. But if you're new, you will have never heard these before. So I'm hoping that share screen, do that, share audio. Everybody's happy. Okay. So did that do anything? Hold on a second. Let me do this. And then, okay. All right. Did that like fill the screen and get rid of all the white?
Yep.
Okay. So for this one, this was the actual first home investigation of Odyssey Paranormal Society. Now, obviously, all you guys were not on the team at this time. So we're talking almost 7 years ago now. This place was insane. I shit you not. I'm not exaggerating when I say this, okay? Because you're going to find it hard to believe. It was one night of investigation. One night. We had 82 EVPs.
Really?
From that night. 82. Our reveal to we didn't even we took like 24 EVPs to our reveal. Dave and I did. And like after the first 45 minutes, they were like, damn, you guys got a lot. We're like, we haven't even gotten to the class A's yet. Like we're only like halfway through. But this is the one that I absolutely love. It's from their garage, which used to be a auto shop. The former homeowner, and this was documented, committed suicide in that garage, and that was he fixed cars in there. And so Dave and I are in there doing the flashlight trick, where you get it to you get the spirit to try and turn the flashlight on and off as thing to answer, and it was doing it like on command, like turn it off, turn it on, like it was doing it. So you're actually going to hear our reaction to that. Like this right here is Dave saying, can you turn the flashlight on and off? It does it during this, and this is Dave and I both saying thank you. So right in here, you are going to hear an EVP that came in, which is like double verification because you're getting something supposedly paranormal with the flashlight and an EVP to back it up, which is amazing. So we'll see if you guys can all hear this. Can you twist the cap the other way? Turn it off for me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Mike, I want to... Can you twist the... Can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm going to amplify this just because I don't know exactly how easy it is to hear.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet.
Okay, then I definitely want to amp it. I know the voice is, but we'll see how that goes. Can you twist the cap the other way? Turn it off for me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Mike, I want to... You know what? Let's just do the whole effing thing. Can you twist the cap the other way? Turn it off for me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Mike, I want to... Can anybody tell me what that says? That's listening. Eek! Stop sharing. Too much white. Do any of you guys remember what that says?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Scott, what about you? Do you remember what it says?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Lauren, have I even had you hear that before?
It doesn't sound familiar, so I don't think I've heard that before.
Okay. Well, then, do you know what it says? Let's test your EVP abilities right here.
It sounds something like bring it into this house. It ends in house.
You are correct.
Right?
It does.
Yes.
It does end in house. You are
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
Like the last part of it's very blatant, but the few words, it's a sentence though. That's the amazing part. It's not one word, which for those of you watching, it's very rare that we get a string of words all together as an EVP. That's amazing. So it's a very impressive EVP.
What it is saying is pray for this house.
Hmm.
So I'll
That's a little spooky.
well, let me just put it to you this way. The homeowner, the female homeowner, the mother, she had grown kids. I think the youngest was like 16 or 17, or maybe even older than that. But she, when her husband would go off to like auto shows and stuff like that in other cities and stuff, would bring out the Ouija board and would literally invite whatever to come and talk to her. She's like, I'm all by myself here. Come and join me.
You don't look to demons for comfort.
No, I mean, she didn't give a shit. And over and over and over and over again, she was doing it every time, once or twice a week, I think it was. And there was so much shit going on there that it was crazy. But it was really it was also funny. Just popped in my head. We had an investigator at the time named Jason, and Jason, he's still a good friend of mine, was part of the former team, which was Northern Lights. And then him and his wife Tina, who was also an investigator on the team, decided to take a little time, and because they had other things that they had to focus on. And I invited them back, or at least him. I don't think Tina was there that night, but he came back to join. At first investigation in months. And you know how we like to start EVPs or EVP sessions? We introduce ourselves and we tell them why we're there. And so I'm watching the video of him down in the basement, and he just plops down on the couch, puts his hand, and he's like, "So, what's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, Jesus." I'm like, that's a conversation. I'm like, you're a little rusty there, Jason. A little rusty. But anyways, I'm going to play that EVP again, just because, now that people know what it actually says. Share, mother ever. Oh, let me hear this. And that. All right. So here we go. So pray for this house. Can you twist the cap the other way? Turn it off for me. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Mike, I want to... So we were talking about... Oh, I don't have it here. Well, that sucks. I was going to play that mustache video. I do want to... I don't know why. This is just funny. So this is the Leduc. So this is the library at the Leduc. And surprisingly, for all the amount of times that they spent in this room reading books and, the kids and William Leduc, I've never gotten an EVP. I've never gotten experience in this room, ever. But we put a camera. This is the first time we were ever there. So as you can see, it's 2016. And it's a little after midnight. We have been there since like 7:30, something like that. So this is the main staircase down. There is a side staircase. So I'm watching this. I'm the one that was watching this. All of a sudden, this guy just shows up, walking down the stairs, and then turns and goes down the hallway, which is out the back, which is towards the back door. Again, nobody has come in the entire time that we've been there. We've been there for almost 5 hours by this point. Never saw him. But yet, as I play this, so I was just watching. This guy just comes down the stairs. Looks like he's got a backpack, some reflective sneakers. Nobody has any idea.
I really want to know the story behind that.
Well, exactly. So here's what I still find it funny, and I still find this. I still tell the story still today. Like, we showed that to Amy, who was the historical person there that night and for a long time. She had no idea who that was.
Oh my God.
And she, in her office, is right at the top of the stairs where that guy came down. And she's like, the only person that could possibly be was my husband, and I don't remember him being there that night. Nobody has any idea who that guy is, or where he came from, how anybody missed him. No idea. But he's obviously not a spirit. He's a real live guy.
Maybe he took a tour and hid in a closet for some weird reason. I don't know. I don't know. That's so weird.
Yeah. I still to this day, nobody knows who the hell that guy is. So I still tell that story. I still love it. It's one of the reasons why the Leduc is so amazing.
Because there's real people hiding that you don't know where they are.
No, you never know what you're going to get.
That's
It
true.
is the chocolates of historical places. Haunted
It's a box
locations.
of chocolate.
It is the box of chocolates of historical locations. You never know what you're going to get. And it's actually, that's not far off, because the first time I was there, almost all of the evidence was audio. There's a few video. The second time I was there, very few audio, but 3 or 4 video. And then it was a kind of a even. I mean, I've never not gotten anything good from the Duke. That's where we got that very, very loud yes to whether the EM pump helps them. You can't miss that at all. So anyways, that does it. I think my dinner is probably almost burnt. So good. Anyway, so yeah, everybody have yourselves a very happy Thanksgiving, a very safe Thanksgiving. Go to mnparacon.com on Friday or this weekend and buy your tickets to the 2022 Mystic Lake Casino Minnesota Paracon. I kind of said that in the wrong order, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that does it for us. We'll be back here next week with another new episode. So stay healthy, stay safe, eat a lot of turkey, take a nap. I hope you take wonderful naps. And we'll see you back here next week. Everyone have a great night and a good holiday.